Welcome back to Scoreline. My name is Robinson Okenya. Remember, today our focus is on this year's edition of the Kenya Open Chess Championship taking place here in Nairobi. And before we get to the international stories, rather results from international matches that were played yesterday from different leagues across Europe, I want us to speak to the organizer from Chess Kenya of this event. We want to know how many players are taking part in this year's edition, and of course, is there a top prize for the winners of this year's edition of Kenya Open Chess Championship. Right now, I'm joined by Brian Kidula from Chess Kenya. He's the head of marketing. Good afternoon. Welcome to Scoreline. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm doing very well. Tired, but doing very well.
Yes. How many players are taking part in this year's edition?
Yeah, we've got a record number of players, around 186 players who's registered to play. So it has been a grueling battle, 4 days now. Tomorrow is the 5th day. Started on Thursday. Each game takes roughly around 4 hours. So you can imagine the mental lethargy that is involved in all this fighting.
When you talk about this being a record number of players taking part in, Kenya Open Chess Championship, what does that say about the growth of the game in the country?
Well, the Federation has done a lot in terms of disseminating information about the importance of chess to many people. And therefore, we have seen an uptake of the game and also the government supporting chess so much. So many people have become interested. Also, recently, we just heard about the chess being recommended as one of the good sports to have in the CBC curriculum. So we are excited, and also just seeing the number of people coming up. Many times you have been having these rapid games whereby maybe we just play in a game or maybe 2 games, 2 days. But today we said for this Kenya Open, let's have 5 days so that guys can have enough time to think, strategize, plan, and then execute their opponents if they can do it. And we have seen guys coming from as far as Uganda, South Sudan, and they're all represented in this tournament. And the top players actually from Uganda are here, and the Kenyans are giving a good account of themselves.
I mean, we have previous champions from previous editions taking part in this year's edition. How difficult does that make it for the other people that are participating?
Really, what happens is that the champions are marked people. So everybody wants to beat them. So the pressure is on them. But then these are experienced players who have played internationally, so they are able to soak in the pressure. But in this event, we have had major upsets. The day one, on Thursday, the first round, the top-rated player in East Africa, actually, international master Arthur Segwanyi, lost to one of our own Kenyans. So Mishuki Christian. So it was a real big upset. And you see, now he's been playing catch-up. He has been able to get himself back on top of the top boards. So the next 2 rounds are going to be something to look forward to.
Earlier on, as the year began, we had the Africa Schools Championship here in Kenya, and I believe the participants in that tournament are also taking part in this year's Kenya Open. How have they performed?
Actually, it was last year, December, when you have the African Schools Individual Chess Championship. But then this is an open event. So you can notice there are not many kids playing. The African schools are specifically for kids in school. So right now, not many of them have come. A few have come who want to up their game because they feel playing in their specific age categories isn't doing them much justice. So they want to fight with the Sharks. And some of them are here. They are doing very well. Like we have a young man who is the under 17 and 18 national champion, Makligeo Robert. He has just qualified for the national team to represent the country in the World Chess Olympia taking place later on in the year in India. So you can see they are flexing their muscles. They're not afraid. They're expressing themselves on the board very well. They are telling the big boys, hey, we are coming. And that's where the future of chess actually lies, not in the old guys who have been dominating the scene for a long time and they're still laying claim on the titles here. So the young men are coming. You have seen some kids as young as 11, upsetting big guys. So we are excited about that. There was an Olympian who was beaten by a young boy of 15. So that's what you're looking up to and saying, yes, the future is bright.
Yes, sir. Speaking about that, as the future is bright, somebody who's watching at the moment will ask themselves, why would I come to this championship? Or rather, I would want to come to this championship, but at the same time, I want to know, what's the prize? What will I go home with?
Oh, fantastic. The top prize for this event is we have divided into two sections. We have got the open section where anybody at whatever age group you can just play there. The top prize is 120,000 Kenya shillings. And for the ladies, you are given a prize of 80,000. But remember, we have got consolation prizes for number 1 up to number 4. And also we have the people with disability. They also have their own category, and also the veterans, those who are over 50. So everybody is catered for. But more than the prize fund, the pride of our chess players get the international recognition in form of rating. We call it ELO points. So the more you win, especially against tough opposition, the higher your rating is improved, and then you can get invitation to top tournaments in the world or across the continent. So that's the motivating factor. Money aside, there is pride in terms of beating the big boys.
How many ladies do you have taking part in the competition? And what, as a federation, what are you doing to ensure that you get more ladies into chess in Kenya?
Yeah, that has been a challenge. I mean, we have been wanting to ask more girls to come, and there's been a debate: why give less prize fund and you're giving more to the men? Yes. Why can't you give more to the ladies so they can also show up? But then the numbers speak for themselves. Like now we have around 36 ladies who are taking place compared to the other men. Yes. So they are coming up, and given the fact that they are being supported by the federation very well, yes, and the government. Last year in October we had the World Amateur Chess Championship taking place in Rhodes Island in Greece, and Kenya got the medal, gold medal and the silver medal. They are both here. Yes. So we are encouraging girls to come out, and remember that this game is an equalizer. It doesn't look at your age or your gender. Yes. So more girls should come up, more so because of the intrinsic value that chess gives to an individual in terms of critical thinking, ability, problem solving, decision making, also planning and focus. So they should come up.
Well, thanks a lot, Brian Kidula, who's the head of PR and marketing at Chess Kenya. He says 2 rounds to go. So we'll be waiting till tomorrow to see who comes out as the winner of this year's edition of the Kenya Open Chess Championship taking place here in Nairobi. And he said, this year they've had a record number of players taking part. Right about now, let's switch gears, some athletics action. And Wesley Kimtai and Martha Chilimo yesterday emerged top at the inaugural Autism Awareness 5-kilometer run in Eldoret. Let's listen in.
Today I'm here in Eldoret. We had a 5 kilometers awareness race that we decided to create here as a race for sensitization as well as acceptance. And another thing, we also did this so that we could try and have a center here in Eldoret to assist kids and their parents to look for a place to come to for help or to look for resources, and also to create a free therapy center here in Eldoret. And part of this race today, I can say it's a first time, and it was a successful one here in Eldoret, and a lot of parents received assessment with the help of the hospitals that partnered with us. Mediheal, we had Equity Afia, we had Avenue, and we had also St. Luke's Hospital, who also came to help in participating. Some did assessments, speech, in occupational therapy, physiotherapy. We had BMI, we had blood pressure, dental checkup, and also optical. So as I would like to extend this to anybody who's listening, who can partner with us next time, and also create awareness. And we are going to do this event every year. It will be annually, and it will be we also seek help from these hospitals if they can always do this for us, so that a lot of parents who need and don't know the diagnosis of their children can get help with this assessment.
Well, let's now move overseas. We take a look at the results from different matches that were played yesterday. Let's begin with the FA Cup, and Sadio Mane scored a brace as Liverpool cruised to the finals of this